Me now is Ashley Ann, and she has given us a course book on learning Japanese. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning.
Is that correct though? Konnichiwa?
Yes. It's rightly said, but it does have a bit of an accent.
Okay, so tell us the show. Teach us something.
Okay, so I'll just do like a little introduction.
Yes.
You might need subtitles for this. Okay,
Look, we'll figure it out.
皆さんこんにちは、アシュリーです。よろしくお願いします。今日は本当にいい天気ですね。So I just.
What did you just say?
So I just introduce myself. I just say hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Ann. It's nice to meet you. And today's weather is great.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
So, konnichiwa, right? 皆さんこんにちは. That's hello, everyone. And then, 私は I am Ashley です. So that's I am Ashley. And to say nice to meet you, よろしくお願いします.
So I know I need this book. I don't know how many of us need it.
Yeah.
Ashley, did you live in Japan?
No.
Huh.
Not at all.
So what happened?
Well, it's something that I always get asked by everyone who sees me. They're like, "Oh, how did you do it?" Well, what happened? It started when I was in Form 2, actually. So I was scrolling through YouTube. And then I saw this little, I was bored out of my mind. And so I saw this little picture of this cartoon, and I was like, you know what? Let me watch cartoons. I watch cartoons, right?
Yeah.
So I watched it, and it was an anime. And I still remember it was my first, in-depth dive into anime. And
Right.
it was Elfen Lied. That was the first anime I watched. And first episode, great. Second, third, I was hooked.
Right.
And after that was a snowball effect. I started watching a lot of anime. Then it went to the movies. Started going through the media, the music, and I just kind of fell in love with the culture and how they did certain things. And so I was like, I want to understand them more. And then I was like, how's the best way I can do that?
Yeah. Learn the language. Wow.
And so from around Form 3, Form 4, that's when I started, just learning and studying and just looking for the resources and all. It was a long process. I am not gonna lie. It was a long process because I was learning by myself at home. There's not much resources to learn Japanese here in Zimbabwe. So
you taught yourself Japanese?
Yes, I am self-taught.
What?
Yes.
I clearly don't know what I'm doing with the internet. What?
So yeah, it was a lot of researching, a lot of studying, and I compiled it all and just put it into that book because I was like, okay, I've got this knowledge now at my fingertips.
What do I do with it?
Why not share it? Because there's a community here that wants to know more about Japan and sort of mix their cultures together. And so I was like, what better way to do it than to share it?
Wow. So how long did it take you to learn?
I would still say that I'm learning because
the basics, I suppose.
The basics.
To be able to hold a coherent conversation.
I would say it took about a year. 6 months I was good with the basics and the grammar, but I was still slow. But then within a year, I was now able to hold conversations. I'll start making friends online, video chatting with them, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you're Japanese, it's so good. And I'm like, guys, I'm still learning. Slowly roll, okay?
That is,
yeah.
Oh, I can't close my mouth because I'm just jaw dropping all the way to the ground. Oh my word. So, like you mentioned, there's a bit of an accent, and clearly when you speak, you could be Japanese for all we know. So was it through the conversations with these people online that you then started to learn the accents, the intonations, and all that?
A lot of people ask me this, and one thing I tell them is you don't learn the accent before you learn the language.
Right.
The accent comes from the very basics. From the time you learn the alphabet. The alphabet is called kana, right? So you start, it's quite similar with Shona. So you start A, I, U, E, O. For us, it's A, E, U, O, U. They just swapped the E and the...
Oh.
Yeah. So it's A, I, U, E, O, kaki, ku, ke, ko. sashisu. So the accent, Japanese is quite strict on accents. It doesn't really change. The sound doesn't change. So the accent starts from when you learn the kana. And so if you learn it right from the start, you have a good accent throughout. But if you start like I, U, A, O, you know, like starting with a bad accent, you will have an accent throughout.
Right.
So it starts right from the beginning.
Yo! Have you always been a linguist?
Yes, I've always been a fan of languages.
What other language do you speak?
I speak a bit of Korean.
Girl!
Yeah. With that one there, I was a volunteer at IYF. So they're based here in Zimbabwe, but it was just like a culture of Koreans and Zimbabweans living together. So you had like Shona, you had Ndebele, you had Korean, you have also Chinese volunteers that come in. So you've got all those languages. And so when you're living together, it's quite an intense environment because with the person who has no clue what Shona is or no clue what English is, you
have to communicate somehow.
Yes. And so now I can speak a bit of Korean, but it's just the basics. If you want to hear, I don't know.
Just say hello.
Okay.
Basically, do your introduction again.
Yeah. 여러분 안녕하세요. 제 이름은 아슐리입니다. 만나서 반가워요.
Where do we find this actually? Where do we find this book if we want it?
Okay, so if you want it, you order straight first. So you can order it in either black or white. Okay, so you make an order first, and then it's just simply collection. You can collect it either by Groombridge Mall or in person if you like. Yeah. Details are at the back of the book. Second from last page.
We'll definitely be sharing those online. Yeah. And wow, look. I would lie and say I'm going to learn Japanese, but from like I don't know if my tongue can do all this. But we're done for today. Please say goodbye for us.
In
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yes.
皆さんさようなら。次は見てください。
Okay, I don't know. Bye.
So I just say